2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles
Toronto, Ontario, where the Raptors look to take one from a Western Conference team here at the Air Canada Centre. And what a matchup we have between the guards here tonight. Smitty, as a guard yourself, did you ever try to one-up your assignment over the course of a game?
Yeah, you do. Sometimes you start listening and saying, hey, they have this guy ranked at my position a little bit higher, so you went at him. But then the ultimate for me at my position back then was Michael Jordan. But I had to go through Joe Dumars, Sprewell, Mitch Richmond, that two-guard position.
Many good
Clyde
players.
Drexler, it was unbelievable. Allen Houston, the list can go on and on and on.
Every night.
Every night.
There was never a night off.
No way.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. Veteran backcourt with CP3 and Redick at the 1 and the 2. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the small 4. Here's Paul. Here's Jordan. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the arms of DeAndre just never end. He is a real threat to score, and the defense has to take him seriously.
And for DeAndre Jordan, the story with his fallout with the Mavs seemed to dominate all news around him for so long. Smitty, fortunately, the further away he gets from that debacle, more fans will let it kind of slide into history.
I love the way DeAndre benefit from just being locked in on the basketball court. Very productive this year. And yes, everything that happened in the offseason, but it didn't carry on into the regular season. He had a fantastic year.
Here's Valanciunas. No good. Griffin with some nice D. Outside, Redick. It's stolen by DeRozan. At the top of the key, Lowry. We play just over a minute here in the first. Sullinger dishes to Valanciunas. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Valanciunas had his hands up and ready on that catch and shoot. He wanted it.
Kicks it to Mbah a Moute. Pass to Jordan. The feed to Mbah a Moute. Over in the corner, Paul. 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Redick for 3. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Paul. Shot clock at 2.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Outstanding focus by Valanciunas on the shot. He is just a big, strong player who brushes off opposing defenders.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul outside. Kicks it out to Crawford. The pass to Mbah a Moute. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
Lowry against Paul. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Paul's got his first 2 points. Raptors leading by 5.
Whether they win a title or not or go deep in the playoffs, this has certainly been a fantastic era for the Clippers. Always competitive, the most sustained success they've ever had.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
When DeAndre is going up for the dunk, no one is stopping him. He's one of the most powerful dunkers this game has ever seen.
Without a doubt, as you said, Smitty, this has been the golden age of Clipper basketball. With this Clipper franchise, a long streak of making the playoffs and having won the division a few times as well.
It means a lot for this franchise. They have been down in the dumpsters for a long time. No matter what this team accomplished, Clipper fans have to be proud of the way this team has played the last half-decade.
Outside DeRozan. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. That shot, no good.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Yeah, the highlight reel was in his mind. Just lay it up.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it'll dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Yeah, I think so. Reason why, you get your confidence early, and then late in the games, you're able to knock down those shots.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Spates checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Mbah a Moute. Johnson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Clippers moving the ball around. Rivers kicks to Pierce. Back to Rivers. Clock at 6. Pierce with a screen for Rivers. Misses from close range.
I like the aggressiveness, but against that type of defensive pressure, he's out of his element.
No good from Ross. And here's Los Angeles. It's been 10 unanswered points. Pirtle with the steal. And here is Powell. Here's Joseph. And again, no good by Toronto.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Raptors trail by 3.
Jamal Crawford adding another Sixth Man of the Year award to his resume. He is one of those guys, when you call his number, as soon as he checks in the game, he is ready to score.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Got a piece of it. Ross passes to Patterson. And it bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross.
And he knew he made a mistake the second the ball left his hands.
And with Crawford coming off the bench, he has the perfect mentality, Steve, to be that source of instant offense, which every team needs, especially this one. He has that short memory for missed shots and is aggressive, I think, and always creating chances.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford, the Sixth Man of the Year. That should be just named the Jamal Crawford Award. He does it all the time. He's comfortable in that role. He is instant offense as soon as he checks in.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ross is to Powell. Pass to Patterson. Inside, Pirtle.
Thus far, they haven't gotten the ball inside at all.
And again, unable to change momentum here. Pierce kicks to Felton. Back to Pierce. Elbow shot. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And Pierce squaring up immediately after getting the pass.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And stolen by Spates. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
I totally agree. They just can't be stopped. They're just firing on all cylinders.
No one near Felton as he lets it go. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
Pure hustle and desire for the ball on the glass. As long as they continue to give it their all, they'll be in outstanding shape.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Pierce is out there with Maurice Spates. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Rivers. Then it's Felton in at the shooting guard. And there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Spates. Blake Griffin comes in for Johnson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Rivers. And you see the progression for the Raptors under head coach Dwayne Casey. Every season, they've gotten just a little bit better.
From 23 wins in 2011, then 34 wins, then 48 wins, 49, and last season a franchise record 56 wins. Great job by Casey.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. Passes to Joseph. To the paint. Griffin with the steal. Outside, Redick. Jordan against Valanciunas. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. Pulls up on the wing. The Clippers grab the miss. Jordan's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They get it back. Crawford's shot is good. Crawford's got 5.
He is thinking one step ahead there. As soon as the shot goes up, he's getting in position to grab the offensive board.
Lets it go. Offensive rebound. And stolen by Jordan. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Redick inside the line. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Raptors trail by 9. Screen by Valanciunas. Again, the miss by Lowry.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Sullinger's checked in for Patterson. And DeMarre Carroll subbed in for Joseph. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Paul's checked in. The Raptors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Rosen dishes to Lowry. Goes up on the high post. It's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6. And Smitty, you were just starting in the league when NBA basketball games were becoming what they are today in the 90s. The popularity of the game has just increased so substantially. Was it strange to see yourself being portrayed in video games as we see now? And how did you react to it?
You know, very humbling, Kevin, to get a chance to see yourself, your name being called in the video game. But what I did like, Kevin, I was so skinny. The video game had me looking buff with muscles and everything. So I like that.
You look pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's because you're my friend.
Mbah a Moute's checked in for J.J. Redick. Here is Mbah a Moute. Drains it from beyond the arc.
CP3 moving the basketball around. That's what you want out of your point guard.
Paul against Lowry. Sullinger. Oh, and the jam by Sullinger.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. It's good. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Lowry kicks to Sullinger. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Paul for 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
You have to at least get an arm up in the face of Chris Paul when he's going up from outside. He's an exceptional three-point shooter.
Toronto calls timeout. And for all the leadership and his mental toughness, Chris Paul has said that he won't be a coach when it's all said and done for him as a player. Steve, a bit surprising as you think he'd be a fantastic coach.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of those guys that, right now he said he doesn't want to be a coach. Coaching isn't for everybody. But at the end, I think Chris Paul still might look at that coaching.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Pirtle, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And Norman Powell subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Rivers passes to Johnson. Feeds it to Mbah a Moute. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
And he uses the glass on the layup. And Mbah-a-Moute has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. To the inside and stolen by Speights. Johnson, that's for two. That shot, no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. Poked loose. 58 seconds left in the second quarter. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's his first foul. Joseph, he's checked in for the Raptors. And there's making a change here as well. Paul Pierce is checked in for Mbah-a-Moute.
Wesley Johnson has all the tools. Back in 2010, you forget he was drafted as the 4th pick. Hasn't really lived up to that draft position, but he has found ways to contribute.
And with Wesley Johnson, the fact that he's been able to add a three-pointer to his skill set is huge, Steve. Helps him contribute no matter what the pace may be.
Yeah, because he's a slasher, a guy who can run the floor and finish in transition. But on half-court sets, he has struggled. But being able to add that three ball gives him an option to be able to stay on the floor offensively.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Rivers with the basket on the assist from Speights. Rivers has got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Joseph. He's guarded by Rivers. Pirtle dishes to Sullinger. It's good.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Here's Joseph. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. That'll do.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many.
And that about wraps it up.
We return now to Toronto with a fantastic look at sunset at the downtown skyline of Toronto, Ontario. Wow, what a great view. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Chris Paul, what a contribution.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
And that's the sign of a truly gifted player who isn't just looking out for his own stats. He loves getting his guys involved too.
Lowry and DeRozan, the core of this team at the guard spot. Jamari Carroll is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. And the Raptors with a die-hard fan base. The fan support only getting stronger as they've become a consistent factor in the Eastern Conference.
This team is unique in the NBA. They represent the entire nation of Canada. Toronto's the league's 5th largest market. A lot of fans from far and wide tuning in and rooting them on.
Jordan and the dunk by Jordan.
That's how you play the game. Draw 2 defenders, kick it out to the wide open man for a bucket.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Clippers have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night, and he knocks down the first one. Steve, you grew up in Detroit and came into a league right after the Bad Boy Pistons had won back-to-back titles with their hard-nosed style of basketball. Do you miss that more physical brand of basketball?
Yeah, I do. Being a Detroiter, growing up watching the bad boys, they won championships playing defense. But I think they also was an innovator on the offensive end. People don't realize Bill Laimbeer was one of the first pick-and-pop centers in my era to get a chance to watch him. So Isaiah Joe Dumars, Rodman, Sally, love the way they play. I kind of like the little physical basketball playing back then.
So if someone said to you, the game is different now, but is it necessarily better than it was? Is it more pleasing to watch now than it was, say, in the 90s?
Yeah, I think it's more fluid offensively. I think it was a lot of fouls, but I enjoyed it in that era, but I understand the way they had to clean up the game.
And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Paul with the steal. Pulls up. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just how they drew it up coming out of the half. 3 straight from the field. When you see Chris Paul, you start to talk about a guy that's a throwback point guard, can score the basketball, but also can average double figures in assists. Career averages of 19 and 10.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And Poeltl has it in the corner. DeRozan against Redick. And again, no good by Toronto. And for Paul, with his numbers, he is a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. And Steve, you have to wonder where he will land in the point guard list when it's all said and done.
You know, I think he'll be right there, maybe in the top 5, top 7 of all time. His defense sets him apart from a lot of these point guards. A great playmaker. The one thing you love about him is now he's adding that he can score the basketball. He does a little bit of everything. He'll be one of the best, maybe not the best of all time.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. 6 on the shot clock. Lowry passes to Poeltl. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. It's Redick on the wing. No good on the triple.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
He gets it in there.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Crawford left side. Tries from 16, and it's good off the back rim and in. Crawford's got 7.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Good on the bucket.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Now here's Paul. He's got 10. He kicks it to Griffin. Back to Paul. Releases from 15. Good work defensively by Lowry. The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Outside DeRozan. Shot on the wing. That one wide left. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. They get it again. Jordan. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside Lowry. Off target with his 3.
If you're trying to figure out why these guys can't catch up, his inconsistent shooting is a good place to start.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Patterson, he's checked in for Poeltl. Norman Powell comes in for Sellinger. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Paul Pierce is checked in for the Clippers. Rivers comes in for Chris Paul. Some changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for DeMar Carroll, and Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And the Clippers with a change here too. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. Inside, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
Great vision there from Ross to find the open man.
Clippers leading by 15. With the way the Clippers have ended the last 2 seasons, they can't help but feel nervous if they get back into the playoffs. Don't you think, Steve, 2 times in a row they've been up in a series? Both times they've ended up, going home losing.
Yeah, I think for the Clippers, but they got to look at it and say, hey, you know what? We've had injuries to star players. They won't be able to shake this until they win another series.
Spates checked in for Los Angeles. Johnson comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. Pierce with the steal and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles and Wesley Johnson with the slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Patterson welcomes contact inside. He's looking to get to the line down there.
The Raptors haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Griffin's checked in for Los Angeles. And Bahamute comes in for Johnson.
He really knows how to get up and fight for rebounds and challenge the defense with his athleticism.
Powell dishes to Valanciunas. Back to Powell. He feeds it to Joseph. Puts one up from 19 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. Here's Rivers and finished off by Rivers.
We forget about Blake Griffin's ability to pass the basketball. He's pretty good in that area.
Now Joseph. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. Here's Powell. And again, Toronto no luck. The Clippers have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Felton, again the Clippers.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The dish to Valanciunas. Kicks it to Ross. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Felton. From the arc. And released it in time. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Clippers leading by 23. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan are the bigs. Rivers out there with Crawford. And it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, so tough to see when a player goes down with an injury like that.
Yeah, this one looks like it could be really bad. Hopefully we can get an update on this one pretty soon.
Patterson passes to Poeltl. And finally they hit one.
Love the razor-sharp focus. Poeltl bouncing off contact and finishing well.
Rivers with it. He dishes it to Anderson. Kicks it out to Johnson. It's stolen by Carroll. Tipped away. Stolen by Anderson. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
Some changes for Toronto. Sullinger's checked in for Poeltl. Corey Joseph comes in, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Wright. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That'll be his second foul of the game. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Lowry kicks to Carroll. Releases. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist in the game. Rivers against Lowry. And he lobs it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Dishes it to Patterson. Outside for Lowry. Stolen by Rivers. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's Anderson. He can't get that one to fall. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick look from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And Corey Joseph has shown that he is one of the best backup point guards in the NBA. Just runs the team perfectly, Smitty eats minutes, played solid defense, and keeps everything running smoothly with the second unit.
You need a floor general like Corey Joseph coming off the bench. Joseph is one of the best in the game at making that happen. Most teams would be happy with him as a starter.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
If his shots were just a little more on point tonight, they'd be holding a much bigger lead right now.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Redick, drains the jumper to finish the break. And the Clippers lead by 21. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, you never get used to seeing a player have to come out with injury.
I hate it. Getting a chance to see him walk off the court, not good.
And the Clippers making a change here. Pass is checked in. Los Angeles leading by 21. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Brandon Bass. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
One of Crawford's specialties is his ability to make shots despite getting hit.
Well, when you talk about the short list of players with elite handles in the NBA, you have to include Jamal Crawford. Smitty, you know this. He can make defenders look absolutely ridiculous with his crossover.
Well, you talk about elite handles. This is the godfather of handling the basketball, crossover, tricks, and he's still able to be very productive at his age. And because of his dribbling and also his jump shot and his love for the game, that's what you love a Jamal Crawford.
Paul outside. Crawford up top. Pulls it from 20. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists now in the game. Down low and stolen by Jordan. Crawford left side. Shoots from 12. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
It's tipped. Paul with the steal. It's Crawford with the drive. Stolen by Joseph. Shot from the wing. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And it's 9 points for Kyle Lowry. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
The Raptors making a switch here. White's checked in.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
A nice shot by Rivers.
He's in fuego right now. When he gets like this, he's hard to stop.
DeRozan dishes to Carroll. And the 3 off target.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
If you're the defender, you're like, yes, take that shot. I'll play the percentages.
Here's Paul. And the shot is long.
The defense knows he loves that in-between area and closed out fast.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category. A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Jordan. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Outside for Felton. From the line, the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
No intimidation factor at all. They felt like they were playing at home, and they showed it.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Right time to start playing the best basketball that you can play. They are making everything right now.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
There's the triple. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Right. So the Clippers winning this one.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, DeAndre Jordan.
I said for a long time that DeAndre Jordan should be getting a lot more credit, and tonight we saw why. He is capable of completely controlling the paint in any game.
You talk about a dominant shooting performance. He had defenders.
And that's it for